Before getting into today's episode, we'd like to thank Mac Performance PT for sponsoring the Walk On Pod. For more on their services and contact information, click the link in our Instagram bio where you will be led to their website. Mac Performance PT, helping Sacramento athletes live life without limits. Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. I am Luke Avdalovich, and as always, I'm with Tommy Ball and Jared Waters, and we're back to our regularly scheduled programming where we have a super special guest with us here today. I've had the quote unquote privilege. It wasn't very fun to guard this guy. He's got an amazing story, and we're really excited to have him. Khalil Shabazz is here with us today. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys having me, man. Yes, sir.
AKA Lil Bazzy.
Yeah, we'll get
We'll
into
get
it.
into that. We'll get into that.
No, this is one that I personally feel like is long overdue. Anyone that is aware of his story or knows bits and pieces of it, obviously know he fits what we talk about here on the Walk On Pod, and we wanted to give him the floor to tell his story, and we'll go from there. So, Cleo, it's all you.
Yeah, man. So, man, when it comes to basketball, man, it's definitely been a lot of ups and downs. Growing up in Seattle, I'm sure you guys know. We're in terms of basketball. I would like to say we're a powerhouse. We got a lot of guys in the league. We have a lot of guys who've gone to the league, had great careers overseas. Et cetera. So, growing up here, it's real tight knit. Everybody pretty much knows each other. And I'm sure Jared can attest, when he comes up here, it's a lot of love. Everybody shows love when he comes to train Keys or, do whatever it is. So, yeah, we got a real strong basketball culture up here. So I went to Rainier Beach High School, with the Nate Robs, the Jamal Crawfords, Kevin Porters, DeJounte Murrays, the list goes on and on. Um, yeah, so going there, the eyes are on us. We got D1 coaches coming to every practice. We're going to the top tournaments and things like that. And my 4 years at Beach were probably the best years ever. But when it came time for me to go to college, like there was just no schools calling. So I ended up having to go to Central Washington, which is it's a Division II, about an hour and a half from Seattle, on a partial scholarship. Went there, and the first couple weeks of the season, like we were doing little preseason tournaments and games and stuff, the coaches brought me in the office like, yeah, man, we're just gonna redshirt you, have you sit back, kind of watch and learn from the older guys, um, and just kind of, be ready for next year. You've got to get a little bit bigger, stronger, and we want you to learn the game a little bit more. Then we had our first game of the season. You could play like one or two games before they actually redshirt you. Um, I played my first game, came off the bench, and we were down by like, man, I want to say we were down by like 25 or something. But I ended up finishing with like 26, 7 and 6, brought us all the way back. And then there was like, yeah, you ain't redshirting this year. You gonna play. So then, so then I went from not even supposed to be suiting up for the rest of the year to end up starting the very next game after that. Um, And then yeah, man, kind of did my thing. Got freshman of the year. Made all defense team. Honorable mention and all that stuff. Had a good little year, and I'm thinking like, all right, yep, I finally proved myself. Like now it's time to get up to the level I know I should be at. So I entered the portal, and after entering the portal, I still didn't really have nobody calling. Like I was just so confused. A lot of just mental just downs, and I'm just like, man, I don't get it. Like I'm showing everything that I need to show, but nobody want to give me a chance. So then, man, I want to say like 2 months before school was supposed to start, I had no idea where I was going. I was probably going to end up going to a national JUCO or something. San Francisco ended up calling me. Got on a quick little visit up there just for not even, man, not even 36 hours. I was there quick. Went up there, they showed me the campus, showed me the school, showed me the gym, came right back home. And then I think like a week later, I ended up committing. 5 years later, we're on the record boards. I got number one for threes, top four in scoring. And it's crazy because if we would have played one more game, I easily would have finished number two because I only needed one more point to be third, and I needed 9 more points to be second. And I would have got that in the first 10 minutes. So yeah, no. So went down in the record books. Got a lot going on there. We ended up going to the tournament. Me and Jamari Bouye, who plays for the Spurs now. Um, yeah, man. So it was a great experience. Like I said, a lot of ups and downs, but now we're here. Finally turned pro. Just finished out my first year in Turkey. Um, so yeah, man, it's been a blessing. It's definitely been through some crazy experiences. But I wouldn't change none of it for anything. So yeah, man, that's pretty much the story.
Real, we pretty bare bones, but like I like that you threw in that you're in the record books and everything because I knew we were
Yeah,
going to touch
I
on
was
it and
gonna say
everything. Like,
that's the Seattle in him, man. The Seattle in him wasn't gonna let us like get out of like, hey man, I'm in the record books. Like most of our guests are like, I had a good couple years, blah blah blah. It's like, nah, I'm in the books.
he's in
Oh
And
the
if you
yeah,
gave me
books.
another game, I would have moved up the ladder a little bit.
facts. That's a fact
Yeah.
though.
So, who's won? Is Bill Russell won at USF?
Nah, I passed Bill Russell a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's nah, it's Bill Cartwright, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
that Sacramento's finest.
Oh,
yeah,
gross.
that's crazy actually.
Bill put
Yeah.
up
Yeah,
like
I'm
2,100 or something like that. So
Good God.
yeah, going crazy.
Bro, just 17 jump hooks a game.
Yeah.
Nah, facts.
Jump hooks and
Facts.
free
And I think
throws.
he didn't even do all four. I think he did
3 years, I think.
yeah, three. Yeah, he only did
Yeah.
three. And I did five. Well, I did
Yeah.
four. I played four, was there five, but yeah, he was going crazy for sure.
but hey,
Uh,
let's talk record books. I mean,
yeah. Okay. Anyways, Cleo, when you were at Central, when you did, so we've talked about it a lot over the last couple months. When you did get in the quote unquote portal back then, it probably wasn't even called that.
Hey,
What were
chill out. I'm
your
not that old, bro. I'm not that old, bro. Chill out.
that was like a real subtle jab that like I felt
Yeah,
like
come
Nah,
on,
Oh,
nah,
bro.
nah, no
jab, bro.
jab.
I ain't that old, bro.
Wasn't that long
Okay,
ago.
man. There was no NIL then, so all right.
that's different though than
Every
the
That's a
portal. You
fact.
should
That's a
know
okay,
that.
you
fact.
know what I mean. Okay, but that's why the portal exists. The portal exists is because the money exists.
We don't need to get into that right now. You know,
But my question is, when you did to tell the coaches we were transferring, how did the coaches at Central, how did the coaches at Central respond to that and that whole situation? Because I'm sure they were thinking they came up on a gem, like,
Mhm.
someone that they didn't think, like, they didn't realize what they were getting. And then you're like, hey, like, I don't belong here, I'm out. Like, not in a mad way or negative way, but just like, I'm gonna, try to move up. What was the response you got there?
Nah, right. So the crazy thing is, I'll speak on two of those. So first of all, when I was when I was leaving, so the coach I had at Central, he had been there for 25 years, like locked in, knows everybody in the town. Like he was legit. But after my year, they fired him. So
Mm.
we lost the first round of conference tournament. We was in Alaska. I think we lost like I want to say a Friday. We got back Friday. I went to Seattle on Saturday to watch the state championship because Beach was playing Garfield. By that Monday, I got back to school. They had fired him, the whole coaching staff too. So
Damn.
then they had brought us all in the locker room. They're like, look, they just let us all go. Blah 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 blah. If you guys need help getting somewhere, this, that, and the third, like just let me know. After we had the team meeting, they brought me in. They was like, look, like you don't you don't need to be here next year. Like not even because we're leaving, but because we know what you're capable of and you should be playing at a higher level. So then that was like if you need help getting contact with coaches or schools or anything like that, just let us know. Blase blase, but we don't think you should be here next year. So that was kind of the conversation we had and we were probably both on the same page.
That's
Um
awesome.
Yeah.
and the other thing I'll speak on to that, like I've had over my 6 years in college, I've had like four coaches like leave.
Yeah.
So I had that first coaching staff get fired. When I got to USF, the Kyle Smith who recruited me, he ended up leaving, going to Wazoo. They moved up Todd Golden. Todd Golden ended up going to Florida, and then we just had Chris Gerlison my last year. So
Yeah.
my whole college career, yeah, I've ran through some coaches for sure. But pause. But what's the name? Yeah, no, that's kind of how that's how the central situation happened. So it wasn't like, damn, we're
Nice.
gonna keep you.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's cool that I think that now that things are settling in, that I think more coaches are going that route and just being accepting and supportive of the player as opposed to like fighting it or like trying to make sure it doesn't happen or any of that stuff. So,
right. And another thing too,
um,
like back, like what you were saying, like with the portal, um, it was different, bro. Because back then, if you transferred, you had to sit out for a year. You
Hmm.
know, so nowadays you can transfer every year of your 4 years in college and play every year.
you
So
can
back
probably
then,
transfer
like,
second semester.
you feel me? So like it was different back then. You had to really like, damn, do I really want to leave or should I just thug this out? You know, maybe
Yeah.
there's light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe I just need to wait my turn. But now it's like, if you ain't playing me or paying me, then I'm gonna just leave. So
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
definitely
That's crazy. That's
that's a
the
definitely a big
bar.
slogan.
difference.
That is a
That's the
bar right
slogan.
there.
That's a good point though. I would say too, like on kind of both of those points, like I've talked to plenty of coaches that like their recruiting angle now too is we can be a step stool for you to get to where
Yeah.
you think you can be. So like
Facts.
there is an acceptance of the culture of all that. And then the second part of it too, I I always tell the story that I had 5 coaches in my 6 years and people think it's crazy, but like you're on here saying like that's just the nature of the business now. Like, and I think
Facts.
the ability, so you talked about like obviously you put up big time numbers, you were successful, you guys went to the tournament with the turmoil of coaches and everything. It shows you what type of player you are and like the mindset that you are, but also the team and like you always hear like bringing in the right guys and like building a culture, but that's like a true testament of culture. Like it didn't really matter who was at the helm. The guys who were on the floor, like you guys were going to carry what like you knew you were supposed to do on. So I
Facts.
think that's just a testament to like who you are and who else was in that locker room. Like I know Jamari now personally, and I know he's the same type of guy. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
Nah, facts. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's important, bro. Like, I don't know. I always try to like stick loyal. Like obviously like different situations for different people, but like the places that I've had the pleasure of playing at, I've been able to just rock and be myself. So it's like if I'm hooping and you're letting me be myself, like everything else gonna fall into place. I don't need to go leave somewhere else. And like it's crazy because my last year I entered the portal when I was still at USF. I entered the portal, but I talked with the coaches, like we had such a good relationship. I was like, look, you guys know my story. You guys know what I've been through. You guys know I've never gotten recruited. So, and I want to be at USF, but I also think I owe it to myself to at least see what's out there, see what type of opportunities are, because the goal is the NBA and the goal is to do everything I can to possibly reach that dream. So, I ended up entering the portal and they let me have the time that I needed, you know, talk to the coaches, see different type of situations. And I obviously not waste their time because they still got to recruit. They still got to make sure they got something ready for the next year. Um, so we were both respectable of each other's time. But they let me do what I needed to do. I was in the portal for I think 3 weeks, talked to a bunch of power fives, talked to other mid majors and things like that. But none of it was really home for real. So when it came time for me to tell them that I was coming back, they were like, bet, because now we don't got to look for nobody to try to replace you. You know, we already got Ty coming in, so you guys gonna be a great backcourt. Um, and then yeah, it all worked out. So it's all
That's
good.
dope. I mean,
That's awesome.
you've said both the names now, so I'm going to ask the question. You got to play the tandem guard duo, you and Jamari first, and then you and Ty second. And like you said, these coaches kind of let you guys rock out and be yourselves. Just kind of
Hmm.
speak on like the power that that gives you as a player, because I know there's all these stories now coming out where it's like, oh, coach didn't let me do what I got to do, and like all this, and like I have my opinions on that. That's not always just the coach. Sometimes you haven't proven that you can be in that position, but like for you three
Right.
specifically, we all know like anyone that's watched any of you three play, like that type of green light and that type of torch is handed to you for a reason. So like kind of just speak on how that feels in the game sense and how fun that is, I bet.
Man, that's the best feeling, bro. Like when you don't got no pressure. Like obviously we had to earn them stripes. You know, we didn't just come in being able to do whatever we wanted. Like my first year, I came off the bench. JB's first year, he came off the bench. You know, Ty's story. You know, he started off D2 and all those other things. So like we all have our little hunger that we got and our little chip on our shoulder. And when it came time for us to, you know, step into the light, like we wasn't scared of it. So us having the green light, bro, and just being able to just go out and hoop, bro, it's probably the best feeling. Like we felt like we was in like street ball, like on the back court, just hooping, bro. Like we didn't have to worry about nothing. Obviously, we had schemes and we had to do whatever the coach was telling us, but for the most part, he was letting us just go out there, shoot what we wanted to, as long as we played defense and was doing whatever we could to help the team win. So nah, and especially them guys, like specifically, like real dogs. So yeah, no, we definitely turned up the hilltop for sure. So that was
Mm.
definitely some great memories for sure.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I like I said earlier, I was unfortunately on the
the other
opposing
side of
end of the.
That's
But
that.
tough.
as a basketball head though, like you have to appreciate it, and like like Khalil and I have grown pretty close. I was on Jamari's team this past year, and we've known Ty forever. Like these are all guys that
Yeah.
have earned that, and like I don't just ask that question out of like, oh, was it dope? But it's like you, there's a reason why those type of players are in that position. They're given that green light because they are dogs, like you said. So I just think it's pretty
Mhm.
dope.
That couldn't have been fun, man. It couldn't have
So,
been.
Like Ty, bro,
we'll probably
Ty.
get to
Yeah.
that when we're done.
Uh,
So
Yeah, nah,
let's keep it on.
Ty's crazy, bro.
Ty's a
Ty was on
yeah,
one
Ty's a
both
different.
games.
He's a different. Yeah, he's a different human being. We'll have to get Ty on here.
Yeah, we gotta
Ty
have
Yeah,
Ty
Ty
on
will
here at
I'll
be
some
talk to
point
him.
for
I've
sure.
talked to him about it, so we'll get there.
that'll have to
I'm
be
surprised you
after
guys haven't
hours
had him on here
pod,
yet.
huh?
Y'all got to figure out that time difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's tough. That's funny you say that though, because I was gonna ask you, Khalil. Obviously, you just got done playing in Turkey, and
Yep.
I wanted to speak on, or wanted you to speak on. You talked about your adversity with the coaches and just like moving schools and things like that.
Mhm.
What did you take most from those experiences to Turkey with you? And then obviously, I know you're going to be biased, and I'm happy to appreciate the bias as far as where you grew up playing in a place like Seattle. Like taking
Right.
like what did you take from all those things and those experiences to Turkey with you?
And I think honestly, I think everything. I think in certain situations, you bring certain past experiences and what you know to the table. But I think everything you go through in life, you try to apply it to what you end up going through. Um, so like I said, we spoke on me having a bunch of coaches throughout my college career. As soon as I got to Turkey, they had just fired the coach like a week before, and I didn't even know. They fired the coach a week before. While I was there, they fired the coach that we had there.
Bros
So
in the air.
man, it's just in the air. I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I brought that type of experience. My first year going to Central, it was my first time. It was only an hour and a half from Seattle, but it's my first time away from home. Really living on my own, have to figure out my meal for every night, make sure I wake up, go to class, go to practice. Like, in high school, everything's in one building. When you get to college, you gotta go all the way across campus. You gotta go to this meeting, you gotta go to study hall, you gotta make sure you're eating right, sleeping right. So my first time, being away from home and having to do all that, I took that experience to Turkey. Obviously, it's on a more grander scheme because I'm in a whole nother country with whole different languages. But yeah, no, I just try to take everything basketball wise, not being the game out there in Europe is completely different. They're way more physical than they are here. They be hacking like crazy. So just trying to stay level headed, not spaz on the ref or, get out of my character, just make sure I lock in on basketball and just yeah, I think there's a lot of different experiences that I took out there. And you said in terms of Seattle, um, just the love of the game. Like growing up, we go to the court and be there for 12 hours just hooping with strangers, hooping with the homies, playing horse, playing one-on-one, five-on-five, just doing whatever just because we love basketball. So now that we got the opportunity to get paid for it, I know we did in college my last couple of years, but like really being a professional and really, you know, getting a check every 2 weeks, month, whatever your case is. Yeah, just still trying to make sure I had that love for the game, whether I'm playing, whether things are going my way, whether I'm averaging 30 or averaging two, like just making sure like at the end of the day, bro, like I'm playing a child's game and getting paid for it. So and I get to see the world. So just kind of trying to take in all those experiences and just apply them to wherever I'm at.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. No, that's super dope. Because when we had Jamal on, that's kind of like was the same sentiment that Jamal talked about, just as far as the love of the game, like runs so deep out there, and like I
Mhm.
think it just and the way that you guys pass the game down, So like I know your relationship with Nate is really really close, and
Yeah.
that's super tight.
Yeah, stuff.
Nah, for sure.
I think Seattle's pretty well represented on the Walk On Pod at this point. No?
Yeah, I
It
know. Thanks
is.
to
It
Keith. Well,
Right.
really
that's because
is.
Keith wants to be a Seattleite so bad, so he's
Keith
just
is
like,
low key just Seattle, honestly, at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
he got about 1 or 2 more years, and we just gonna adopt him for real, for real.
Yeah,
He'll get anointed. That's
bro.
Yeah,
funny.
Next thing you know,
he
hey,
already got he got property out here. He went to school out here. Like, you feel me? Like,
he's
he's
gonna get
yeah.
beat. He's gonna get beach across his back. He's
Nah,
gonna get
facts.
beach. He didn't even go there, school there.
Yeah, just retcon it, act like he went there.
Yep. Come
Bro,
on.
most people, bro. The funny thing is, people think he's from there.
I was gonna say people probably
That's
think
People
Keith is from
actually think he's
Seattle.
from there.
Facts.
They're like, wait, you're not from here? It's like,
Yeah, they'd be like, hold on, what school did you go
yeah.
to?
What high school did you go to? You went to
Yeah,
Cathedral?
Pleasant
yeah,
Grove.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
No, that's funny.
uh,
I wanna ask basketball specific stuff now. So Khalil is probably one of the like we talked about spark plugs when Tyus was on. Khalil is one of the most like okay, I'm gonna get hot right now type of players that I've ever had to play against. So I want to ask you about your mindset specifically when it comes to shooting. Um, because people ask me the same question. Jared and I talk about it all the time. When you're coming down, when you're coming off of a down screen, when you're coming off of a pin down, when you're coming off of an elevate, whatever the action is, what's your mindset when you're catching the ball? Like, what are you thinking about?
Catch this bitch and look at the hoop. Oh, can you cuss on here?
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, no, I'm catching this bitch. I'm looking at the hoop. If I don't, and that's the thing too, bro. Like, a lot of people say, like, if I'm not open, I'm not gonna shoot it, but I'll still shoot it if I'm not open. If I think this is going in, it's going up. That's a bar. If I think it's going in, it's going up. So yeah, that's my main thing.
that
Obviously,
could be
like,
a pause
even
too if we're talking about that.
I mean, come
no, that's
on,
a
Jared.
fact.
Jared, what
That's
are
a,
we doing here,
I hear you,
man?
big
Like,
dog. I hear you, big dog. If it's
you're
going
right
in, it's
here
going
with
up.
that, Jared. You're reaching
Hey,
crazy with
no
that.
diddy, no
Oh
diddy.
man.
But
All right. Back to
No,
the
no,
subject at
yeah.
hand. Back to
Sorry. My bad, my bad, my
but
bad.
nah, yeah, nah. I think that's my initial mindset. Just can I get this? Can I get the shout out? That's my first mindset. But as I've like, man, I'm trying to see how I'm trying to put it. Like, when I shoot, I just shoot, and obviously you're not supposed to think about like how you're shooting, but like even like working with Jared, like we've tried to work on like footwork and balance and making sure everything's like this. It's the same shot every time. A lot of my problems when it comes to my shooting, and it's why like people have marked me as a streaky shooter. It's just because I shoot so many different types of shots, and like a lot of the time I'm off balance, even when I don't need to be. So I think as I'm trying to get better as a shooter, I need to work on like my footwork, whether if I'm coming off a down screen 1-2 or if I hop into it, um, and just things of that nature. But yeah, just to answer your question, my first thought is if I can get the shot off.
No, I mean that's kind of what I was hoping you would say because like I always talk about that there's a difference between like oh I gotta make this and I am gonna make it like
Right.
that mindset those two completely different arguments and so like the fact that you say because if I see the rim it's going in like okay there you go there's no gray area in that statement or that mindset like the second
Yeah,
you
no,
catch
not
it
at all.
if you see the rim it's going in like and I think I'm glad you answered it the way you did because like one that's the way that I see the way you shoot like that's how you shoot. You see it and it's going in. So
Right.
uh yeah, no, I'm glad you answered it the way you did. I just think it's interesting. And especially you brought up like the different balance stuff and like you obviously like you take some ragers and stuff, but I mean to go back
Hmm.
on what we talked about, like you've earned that. Like that's the
Right.
type of shooter you are. You can make those, so you're allowed to take those.
Right.
I also think though too, in that this is like kind of on the same note. I think being willing to take those shots is why you make those shots. Like it's like the
Yeah.
same thing you're saying, but like you have to be willing to like not give a damn. Like that's like
Right.
what it comes down to, right? So it's like I think that's like a big part. The people that are so worried about all the little small minute details in that moment, they struggle to be they become prisoners of the moment, right? And then
Right.
they
No,
like
for
and they can't just live like with a result and be confident in their abilities. So no, I think
The,
that's dope.
the thing
no.
is too is you were probably seeing by the time you were in your last year, second to last year, you were probably seeing crazy coverages. Like you were probably getting everything thrown at you on the defensive side
Yeah.
of the ball. So you got to be comfortable taking tough shots.
Right.
Like,
Not for sure. And even like at my height, like you gotta be able to create your shot. Like
mhm.
it's just because everybody's so much bigger than you. Like you got like it would get down to a point where I have like a 6'4" guard guarding me, especially when like Luke said, like if I get in that mode and everything's going in, like they put all types of coverages on me, have different guys guard me. So if I got a 6'4", 6'5" guard me, I gotta be able to make some type of separation, create some type of shot and make sure it's still like a good shot that I know I can make. So just trying to apply that and just yeah, like every time I get the ball, like and even our coaches, like they instill that confidence in us, like every single practice, every single day. Like your first thing you should do every time you touch the ball, if you're in scoring range, is to look at the hoop. Like you shouldn't think to pass, you shouldn't think to dribble. The first thing you should do is catch the ball and look at the hoop. If you open, shoot it. Especially if you're a shooter, or especially like if you work on that shot. Um, then after that, you can get in your dribbling, your ball screens, your passing, whatever the case may be. But like it should always be to look at the hoop and score. So our coaches definitely
Nice.
instilled that in us.
That's dope.
Dope.
That's dope.
So shifting gears here, a couple of things we want to talk about before we get into our starting five is obviously basketball is your passion, your love, but you do have some other things that you're passionate about and that you have a supreme talent for. So obviously, music is something that's a big part of your life. How about can you kind of just give us a quick story rundown of how that happened and how you got so like developed into music?
Man, I've been locked in with music like since I could even remember. Like I vividly remember like riding with my mom and she'll be playing some type of because her favorite rapper is E40 and Snoop. So she's playing them all the time. Them Sundays, wake up in the morning, breakfast is cooked. All I hear is like some Lauryn Hill, like some old school R&B, Keisha Cole, like all type of stuff. So I've always been around music and obviously like music's tied in with everything, bro. Like anything you do, like there's some type of music involved. I don't care what it is. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
man, even just like walking outside and just hearing noises like that can turn into music. Like it can be anything, bro. So um I've always just loved music. And then growing up, I always knew everybody's raps. Like I always knew I could recite like whole songs, like bar for bar, like as a kid. So like I think it just got to a point where I'm like, man, if I know everybody else's raps, I might as well just start making my own. You feel me? Like I know I got something to say, so let me just go ahead and start writing these little bars down. And I think one of the first raps I actually ever like sat down and wrote, like top to bottom, I made this rap about I was a freshman at Beach and the team was going crazy. Like it I think we had the best team in Beach history. We went 30-1, went to nationals, was just going crazy. So I think like 20 games in, I made a rap about the whole team. I put everybody's name in the bar. I mean, everybody's name in the song and had bars for all of them. And then I recited to like 5 dudes on the team, and they was like, "Oh, this is tough." Blah, blah, blah. So I think that's like one of my first real raps that I ever sat down and wrote. But ever since then, I kind of dabble a little bit. And then um, when I got to Central, I just had so much time, like just sitting in my room. I'm like, I'm gonna just start writing, and then start recording on my laptop. So then that's kind of like the first time I started recording. And then when I got to SF, I started getting in real studios and start really putting projects together and shooting videos and doing all that. And I dropped my first album last year, 2023, and when was that? I think around October, sometime in October or something. So yeah, kind of just been locked in on the music ever since.
Yeah, I think it's super dope. Probably don't know this. So at the end of every year on the Walk On Pod, we've done like our superlatives, like, you know, player of the year, walk on of the year. We did album of the year, right? Jared gave you the
Mhm.
nod. I just gotta let you know, Jared gave you the nod for album of
He
the year last
did.
year. So
Did
He
he?
did
Yeah,
give you the
there's
yes,
real
nod.
sir. I
love.
got you, man. Come on, that's real Seattle
Look
love
at
right there.
guy. Yes,
Did we do
sir.
that?
Appreciate
Did
it,
we do
bro.
that episode with Keys too?
With Keish. Yeah, with
That's what I
Yeah, we
Keish.
did.
thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
yeah,
thought.
Keith was on that
yeah,
album too.
yeah,
There
We
you
had
go.
2 songs on the
Yeah.
album.
Yeah, I
yeah.
have heard some of Keys' music too, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I think
hard.
it's I guess to me it's dope because of how much creativity you put into your music, and then also like it spills onto the court too, right? I think
Right.
like someone like Dame is like a really good example of
So,
the way Dame raps is very similar to the way Dame plays basketball.
Facts. No, that's a fact.
Like
That's a fact.
that's like it's just like your personality being like shown in different mediums, so I think that's dope.
Right.
And your rap is like a lot of the same, and obviously you have other types of songs too, but the energy you put into your music, it's like it's the same energy you put in when you're playing. So I think it's dope, and it's good to have those outlets. So it's nice to see, and I'm sure it's motivating as well because you know motivating you to write great songs, motivates you to be a great player and things like that.
No, facts. Yeah, appreciate it,
So
bro.
yeah, but now we have to ask the real question, bro. And this is the question everybody wants to know: is who's winning right now? What's the scoreboard?
Oh, the rap battle?
Yeah, who's winning the beef right
Hey,
now, bro? Come on, we need to know from from
That's a
the
good
real
Kendrick.
rap
question.
hit.
from a professional right here.
Yeah,
Kendrick.
yeah, we need to know.
I'm not gonna cap. Kendrick's winning right now.
Uh,
Kendrick's winning.
And
It's
why?
not by
Why?
it's not
And
by a
why?
long shot, but Kendrick's winning.
And
I have to
give us
agree.
just one
I
reason.
got to
Just one
agree there.
reason why. Let's hear one reason why.
He's just I'll give you two main ones. First of all, LA rappers just in general, even in the past, like with Pac, like with every other rap beef I've seen when it comes to a LA rapper, bro, they're not gonna stop until they feel like they want to stop, bro. Like they'll rather crash out before they just lay down and let you win a rap battle. So just knowing that off the dribble, Kendrick's not gonna stop until he wants to stop. Not when Drake feels like he won, when he wants to stop. That's first of all. Second of all, like I've never seen Drake on a like defensive. Kendrick's the first dude
Yeah.
who can get Drake to like, well, well, I didn't do that, but this is why I did that. But let me explain it to you. Like that's the only like when he was beefing with Meek, and Meek's my second favorite rapper of all time. When he was beefing with Meek, he was frying Meek. Like,
Yeah, he was.
bro, he was frying him, bro. Like talking crazy. He made a club record with back to back. Like it was bad. Like it was clear. Like no, Drake's winning this. But this, like Kendrick just made a club banger on
Man,
Drake.
Yeah, it's just
You feel me?
crazy. People
real
are
Bay
screaming
Area,
that stuff.
LA.
Yeah, people are screaming. Yeah, well, DJ Mustard, man.
Bro, it's
uh,
crazy, bro. Like, yeah, right now, Kendrick. Like, if I could give him scores, I say Kendrick at a 10, Drake at like an 8. But I know
Yeah,
Drake's cooking. He's cooking something up. Like he ain't gonna go down without a fight. But I think Kendrick, Kendrick gonna die before he let Drake beat him in this rap beef.
yeah, that's
My
facts.
biggest
But
thing that annoyed me with it was Drake and Taylor Made freestyle said like, man, I know you in the Brooklyn studio struggling right now. Like you got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not even gonna drop. Like drop. You got to drop something. And then he came out and Kendrick just wouldn't stop dropping. Like he dropped a great
That's what
track
I'm
in fam.
saying.
He dropped a great track in Family Matters. Kendrick let him shine in that for 25 minutes, and then he dropped a bomb. And now in the Heart Part 6, he's like, man, I know you're gonna drop 5 minutes after anyway, so like whatever, bro. Like you can go
Nah,
ahead and
fact, he's
drop
in
10
his
more
head.
tracks. He's like, you can go ahead
Yep.
and drop 10 more tracks. I'm like, bro, that like you asked for this.
Nah,
yeah, I'm not.
facts.
I'm not gonna lie. Listening back now, like 616 in LA might be the best one though.
It's tough. That one's
Yeah.
tough.
That with the
Yeah, he's
sample and
talking.
everything, that one is really like that was like setting the table for everything else. That really might be the toughest one.
But Euphoria he really said what was gonna happen. Like if you really go back and listen to it, like Kendrick has said everything that Drake was gonna do on that track.
Did Drake and Taylor May not say that Kendrick was going to call him a pedophile though? Did he not predict that? He said
Yeah, no, he
on the
did.
Pac part, he said, "Oh, call him, say that he likes young women, say all this about his baby
Oh,
mama, say
I
this."
forgot
So
about
I
that.
don't know. I
No,
don't
that's good. No, I don't
I
think Drake's getting
agree.
washed by any
No,
means, but
I agree that Kendrick's up, but I don't know. I think it's hard in social media time right now where people are just going to
for
jump
sure.
bandwagon to bandwagon.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like
Facts.
I think
Facts.
Drake is holding his own, and there's merit to that because I think if before this you would have
Yeah.
told me Drake is going to hold his own in bar for bar battle with Kendrick, I would have been like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And like bro, the entire industry is trying to take this dude down and he's like still standing
It's a
up.
20v1,
And
man. Come on.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like the other thing too is like I was talking to somebody about I was like I feel like Drake has learned, or I think he probably did learn from the Pusha T situation. Bro, Drake has nothing to lose. Like, he's just gonna keep firing back. Like, what does it matter at this point?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
Nah,
he
facts.
might
That's
lose
a
some
fact.
sponsors, but
It's Drake.
dude is yeah, like he
It's
has like the
Drake.
money. Like he's gonna just keep firing. And the reality is that no matter what negative stuff they say about each other, like we live in a fast food like world. Like 6 months from now, no one's even
Nobody's
gonna
in
think twice.
facts.
Like
Fair, man.
someone there's like what are they? They're already talking about the Future and Gunna are about to go at it
Yeah,
now.
you seen
Yeah.
that?
What's
They
up
was
with
tweeting at
that?
each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's like Drake and Kendrick step over or move over. Future and Gunna are gonna take their
We're
turn
tired.
now.
We're tired of that beef. Bring me the next
Yeah.
one.
Everybody was
Yeah,
like, "This is the time to just rap beef," because Chris Brown and Quavo they
Oh,
yeah,
started
Okay,
going
that
that
at
one
was
was
each other.
wild.
Chris Brown was
That was
wild though.
Chris Brown
Yeah,
was-
that was yeah. You got Chris Brown rapping. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and like if he really bought all those tickets at Bro's show, there was like 15 people there.
Yeah, that's sick. I'm trying to think
no,
who else. There was some other rappers who just start beefing, start dropping diss tracks.
Yeah. Well,
I
Oh,
then you
know
J.
Rick
saw.
Cole.
Did
J.
Ross.
you?
Rick
Cole
Ross
backed
has
Did
out
been
you?
up on him.
hilarious. Rick Ross has been
Well, did you see
hilarious through the
that?
whole thing.
Did you see that the game took a shot at Rick at Rick Ross? I said that in the group
like
text.
Instagram. Yeah, yeah.
Nah, what he
Yeah.
say?
He said something about like fat dudes with skinny legs shouldn't be talking. Just like
That was so
ran.
good. That's
Then
the
he
other
Oh
was
thing
man.
about
saying.
Drake.
Then he said Drake had a BBL. He said he had
Yeah.
Yeah.
fake abs
Oh.
and got his nose
Well, you
done.
heard
Hey, Metro. Hey,
you
Metro
heard
saved
Metro's
himself,
track.
bro. Metro saved himself, bro. I won't lie, because he was
BBL
looking bad. He's like, BBL Drizzy is like, that's a meme for forever.
It's so
Yeah, no,
funny.
that's wild.
Bro's like, you're right. I can't rap. I'm just gonna give everyone else the opportunity. Like he somehow created 6 million diss tracks without ever writing a song.
Good for
Facts.
him, man. Good for him. I mean, the thing that's so impressive though is Drake is addressing every other guy who's been attacking him in his raps, along with going back to Kendrick. So like we gotta include that. Like he had 7 minutes and he addressed everybody
No,
twice.
facts.
He went at
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky for no
Yeah, he
reason.
cooked ASAP Rocky.
He said,
cooked
"Don't
A$AP
even
Rocky.
go in the booth."
Bro. If I'm ASAP, I'm cool. He said
I'm chilling,
just
bro. I got
keep
Riri.
putting your fits
Yeah.
on, you keep making babies. He was like, all right, cool. Like, you
Yeah,
got
I'm
me.
cool,
Yeah,
bro.
all
I'm
right. That's what I was planning on doing, anyways.
I got nothing else to
I'm
say to you,
chilling.
bro.
All right, fellas. Are we ready for starting five then?
Yeah.
Jared, good segue to the rap talk. So, with that being said, we do have starting five rap albums. And I think this will be a really good one. We've talked a lot about music on the Walk On Pod in the past. I think Jared has some polarizing opinions. That's just me. Now, Khalil, we usually let the guest kind of choose the order and the way we do it. Typically, we do like a draft format, like Serpentine draft. And so, if you want to pick the order of how we take these picks, it's up to you.
Let me see. So we're doing point guard
Like a
through center.
snake draft. Yes, like a snake draft. Though you pick the order, like who gets to pick first, second, third, fourth, and then
And
treat
we'll
it
come
like
back
a
around.
fantasy draft.
All right, for sure. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go point through center, and then we could
Mhm.
just go. We'll go. Let's go Jared first. We go
Like that.
Jared. Jared. Uh. Hmm. We'll throw Luke second.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go last. I'll go last. I'll go
Okay.
last.
All right.
I'll go
All right.
third.
Tommy third.
Tom
I
third. All
rock.
right, Jared, kick it off, man.
Oh, I mean, this is like without. Come on, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad I'm
I
able
know
to
what he's
get.
picking here.
I'm
I
glad
know
I'm
he's
able to
picking
get
here.
this one off. But it's like, yeah, because there's no chance that Tommy could have took this one. But like, Cleo talked about, music is the soundtrack to our life, man, and this is the soundtrack to my life. It's my favorite rap album. Give me Graduation, man.
Okay.
Graduation at the point guard.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
Kanye at his finest, at his peak.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, no, so there's gonna be audibles in this one today. Graduation is also my favorite album of all time. I'm kind of mad that I share it with Jared now. But that's okay. My point guard, I didn't have Graduation here. I had Graduation as my shooting guard, so that's fine. My point guard, see, I took a more basketball approach here. I'm getting back to my walk-on pod roots. A point guard that I would want on my team is someone who's able to play with a bunch of different play styles. Someone who could play with a shooter, someone who could play with a downhill driver, someone who could play with a pick and pop four, someone who could play with a lob threat five. This album, I think, is something that has a song for everybody on it, and it's a timeless classic. I think it's Drake's best work. I got Take Care as the point guard.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
Good pick. Good pick.
I
My
get-
point guard. Luke talks about versatility. This album 100% has that. It has never left the rotation. It will never leave the rotation. I've said it many times. It's my favorite album ever. So we got to get out of the way at the point guard. I have Good Kid, Mad City here. Good Kid, Mad City here. Kendrick Lamar.
Heard
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Heard you. Heard you. All good picks. All good picks. See, I was gonna have Take Care as my PG. You feel me? Because that's timeless
Yeah.
classic. Been in the game for a while. You feel me? Still producing. So I'm gonna go with Take Care's cousin, and we're gonna do Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah, great pick.
Yes, it's a great
Great
album. It's a
pick.
great
Yeah,
album.
Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah,
That's
a
one
nice
beat.
pick.
Yeah,
That's a
I
nice
like
pick.
that a lot.
Straight to the shooting guard for you.
Yeah. Cleo, you
Good
get
pick.
shooting guard.
Yeah,
Two guy. I'll go first.
yeah.
Yeah. It's going back around.
Okay. Okay. See, for this one, I'ma still go a little back in the day, because the shooting guard, you feel me, on some Kobe Bean Bryant vibes. You know, this artist is real locked in with Kobe Bean Bryant. He even made a song named after him, so I'm gonna just go with Lil Wayne, the Carter Three. That's my
Yeah.
shooting guard.
God, that is so
Good
sick.
pick, man. Good
Dude,
pick.
this is
It's gonna be a competitive one, man. This is gonna be a
yeah,
real
this is
competitive
gonna
one.
be tough.
Okay,
That's
I gotta
that's
select.
great.
I gotta select this album now because it will get taken. I would assume.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Um,
last.
He did the shooting guard. You know, this rapper is like 6'4", I believe. He had a little time playing basketball overseas. So give me 2014 Forest Hills Drive here, J. Cole.
Mm,
No misses on there for me. Easy.
yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Don't start. Don't start. Don't start. Don't start. Don't
You could
start.
have waited till the last pick to take that one. Okay,
That's
my
crazy.
shoot-
I know Jared likes that album.
my shooting
Actually,
guard.
I don't want to get into it.
Yeah,
But
I like that album. I think
I'm
that's
gonna
crazy.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
I'm
Khalil.
gonna tell
You understand, bro. You get
I'm
it.
gonna
You
tell
get
you
it.
that that's not even close to one of his best albums. But
I don't think it's I don't
That's
think it's
my
a bad
personal
album.
favorite album by him, bro. That's we can go to
yeah,
Luke's
but
pick now. We don't
yeah,
have
no,
to talk.
let's
We don't have to talk about it
yeah.
any
I
further. We
told
don't
you
have to talk
that.
about it any
I
further.
just said
I
don't
just thought
start
it
it,
was so
man. You're gonna
funny.
get Luke. You're gonna get Luke going.
I mean, Luke's just a known J. Cole hater, so he can continue to go. Like, just
stand
go,
on
Luke.
it.
Just do
I
you.
stand on it.
It's a bad take by you, but just do you.
That's
It's
fine.
fine.
That's fine. Okay. I think there's only one correct take here. You got the firepower in Lil Wayne and Khalil shooting guard, so I gotta counteract that. I gotta have a good matchup for him. I'm gonna take the Black Album, Jay-Z here as my shooting
Oh
guard.
my Jesus!
And look, I gotta give Nay the credit, man. Nay told me I needed to get my music up. I really started expanding my repertoire in the last year or so, and I probably didn't have the appreciation for it that I should have had. But yeah, the
That's
Black
crazy.
Album.
I told you the same thing and took
That's
Nate
tough.
telling you.
Okay, but yeah, it's the same reason.
That's crazy.
You didn't tell me in like the same sentiment that Nay did, and you know exactly what I mean when I say that.
No, okay, yes, I do know what you mean. He probably told you in February too.
Maybe I don't remember.
All right, man. All right. Well, if we're talking about shooters, not only does this album have hit after hit after hit, it is about getting shot. So give me 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Great album.
Mm.
That's a really good
A really
that's
good
a really
album,
good
man.
take.
It's a really good album.
Yo,
Yeah,
me
yeah,
too, bro.
yeah. Now at small forward, just for the record, I did have that's an audible, but it was a good audible. I had it in the chamber. I'm gonna have to audible again. Small forward, but I'm actually not mad about this audible either. This album just has great energy and great vibes. And man, when it came out in 2016, I think I listened to it every day for I don't know how long, but a really long time. And the first song is huge. Give me Chance 3, man. Chance 3. Small
Mm.
forward.
Dude,
It's a very diverse album. It gives you a little bit of everything. Luke's making a face
In
over there. I don't know
2016,
why. Or
Was it?
two. Yeah.
2015
Yeah.
maybe.
the
I don't
the
remember.
coloring
No.
book.
Yeah, no, that came out in 2016 because that was during Keys' pre-draft.
Okay.
Ooh, do we need a fact check?
No, that
I'll
checks
fact
out.
check
He
it right
just
now.
what'd you?
That checks out?
He said chance. He said chance 3. He confused me.
Yeah, the color. Well,
The
sorry. Yeah, the third. Yeah, coloring
coloring
book.
book.
I
Coloring
call
That's a
it
great
Chance.
album.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a great album.
yes.
It's a great album.
I like
I'm
it.
not
I think the
hating.
best
I'm not.
thing about that album was the 3 hat.
You
Yeah, that's
said
why he
what?
said chance 3. That's why I
Yeah,
understand why you said that
I
now.
thought that
You
was
just
wide. I thought
yeah,
that
you
was
just threw
widely known that was another name for the album. But
yeah.
my bad.
No, I guess I'm just not tapped
The
in.
coloring
That's me.
book. The
That's
coloring
me,
book.
Jared.
The
That's on me,
exact
bro.
album.
Great pick, bro.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
pick, good pick. I wouldn't have picked
Officially
it. That's the
first.
third.
This is really the third. Come on, man. It's first line.
It's a great album. It is a great album.
So I'm gonna go. So my shooting guard here, my small forward here. I like to say that this rapper at his peak is the greatest rapper of all time. And you know, there's a lot of debate.
Okay.
You know, who's the GOAT in basketball? You know, LeBron, Jordan. You know, people say Kobe. You know, whatever it is. I'm not gonna take a side right now, but Khalil took the Carter 3 at 2, so I have to take what I think the best the Carter is, the Carter 2 at my small forward, and he had the greatest rapper alive on that album. Honestly, I think that's the best Carter, and I think that was when Wayne was at his peak, and I think that is the greatest rapper of all time, just that talent wise. So I need to put that in here. So the Carter 2 up my small forward.
Heard you.
Okay.
That's not a bad pick. That's good.
That's
I
me.
love that
That's
album.
me.
I love
Yeah.
that album so much.
No, that album goes crazy for sure. It's definitely
Yeah.
yeah.
2 and
Yeah.
3. 2 and 3. If anyone says any of the other Carters are the best ones, I disagree. 2 and 3,
No.
I listen to both those arguments, but
3. I think 3 is like a deeper album, but like I'm not gonna argue against 2.
Yeah.
I think 2 was more. How do I say this? I think he was more talented rap wise on 2. 3,
I
the
can see
songs
that.
are more hits, if that makes
The
sense.
songs,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No,
3, yeah.
We went more mainstream on 3 for sure.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
2, he's
Yeah. No,
just in that bag.
What? Oh my god.
3 is for sure more popular. Like just the
easier, more like radio friendly.
like people,
for sure.
Yeah.
like Mrs. Officer is
Yeah.
getting on the radio easy, like songs like that.
Yeah.
On myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a million.
my small forward, my small forward. We need star power here, man. It's simple. This album's got star power all across the board. 2001, Dr. Dre.
Nice.
Incredible
Yeah.
album. It's an incredible album. So many
Let's
good
go.
songs on there. So many different artists. Like so good.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. All right, so let me see. I think I'm gonna serve it. This the 3. You feel me? So this is KD, this is Bron, this is Tatum. You feel me? These is the top dogs in the league. I'm gonna go a 2 for 1 though. I'm gonna get Bron and KD, and we're gonna do What a Time to Be Alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Before the beef.
It's a great pick.
Before
It's
the
a great
beef.
pick.
Before the beef, we're gonna go cause that when that dropped in the summer, man, it went nuki. That shit, that was going crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna get the 2 for 1.
I like it.
Power forward to you still, Khalil.
Power forward. Let me see. Power forward. Power forward is an important position. Let me see. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go classic, off the dribble classic. Even though it ain't been out too long, as soon as it dropped, it was a classic. Um, we're gonna go victory lap. Nip hustle.
Oh, great
Really
album.
good pick.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a
great
really good
pick.
pick.
That's
That
top
was
to
Yeah.
bottom. The most.
That
Yeah,
was my
Khalil's a
next
big,
pick.
big nip guy.
That was my
Yeah,
next pick. I'm sick.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
sick.
We gonna throw my boy up in there. Rest in
Yeah.
peace,
That's
Nip
a
hustle.
Great
yeah.
pick. At the 4, um, I'll go this all around solid album, man. Like really not many misses on here, as they're not as it should be. Like this is our album list, but I've got Views here. Y'all took some Drake albums. I think this one gets overlooked,
Nah, it's a good album.
Yep,
but
I like it a lot.
definitely one of my favorites. So I got Views there at the 4.
That was
Good pick.
2016 too.
Yeah,
That's
that
That was
was.
one of them.
2016, man.
2016
2016
was
was an
the
amazing
year.
year.
That was a
Amazing
great
year.
year. That was a great year for
Yeah,
sure. And
man.
Drake definitely helped that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good take, Tom. So, my 4, I really want my 4 to be a smooth operator. I want him, be able to stretch the floor, hit a couple shots outside, working a good 2-man game with my take care point guard. This is personally my favorite rapper. I know he does more than just rap, and I'm not saying he's the best by any means, but this is just who I like to listen to the most. I got Trap Soul, Bryson Tiller at the 4. Um,
Mm.
Mm.
Oh,
I love Bryson, and obviously Trap Soul. I think top to bottom, there's nothing wrong with that album at all. So
at all.
I need him in my I need it in my lineup.
Wait, wasn't that 2016 too?
No, it was
Was
earlier.
Trap
Was
Soul?
that?
Yeah, no.
Trap Soul was earlier because I remember listening to it as a either freshman or sophomore in high school, but I know it was before my junior year. So that was yeah, it was before 2016, maybe 2015, but yeah,
Good pick.
This is a serious question. Is
yeah.
is he considered rap?
I
That's
think
why
he's more.
I
He's
was a
both
little on the
I
rap
think
edge.
and
now.
No, I'm letting it fly. I'm not throwing a flag. I'm just
I think
curious of like how
it's
he would be defined.
I think he's more R&B, but he does rap on the album. Like
Okay.
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I think he
I
would
don't listen to him,
probably
so
consider
He
himself an
raps.
R&B artist, but he can rap. He can rap.
yeah.
He definitely
Yeah.
raps, but yeah, he's definitely
Nice.
more R&B. But
Yeah,
he for sure
he's
raps.
Gotcha. For
2015,
sure.
2015. So end
No,
of
I'm not
2015.
hating
Makes
on the
sense.
pick, Luke. I'm not hating on the pick.
If you did, I don't
No,
really care.
no.
That's great. That was my first
Mm.
vinyl I bought too, in my my record player collection that I got. So
Now on
but
the vinyl, that's a
Nice.
vibe. That's a
yeah,
vibe. The Trap Soul, that's a vibe.
Yeah. All right. So at power forward, the game has changed, in the NBA, power forwards used to play a certain way, kind of a bruiser, um, tough player. Now they've kind of turned more into a finesse, bigger wing, do it all kind of player. So I felt like this artist, who's one of the goats, he showed his vulnerability on this album, and I think it's one of his best pieces of work. So give me Jay-Z's 444.
I like that.
Mhm.
I actually really
And
like that.
it's a really good album. I think probably because I'm old and the album was about being old and the things you worry about being in your 30s that you don't worry about being in your 20s. So I
Wasn't it
think
like an
that's why it
apology
resonates with me.
too?
He essentially was apologizing to Beyonce, yeah, and talked
Yeah,
about how he messed up as a father and as a husband,
yeah.
and how he was making it right and things like that. So no, yeah,
That
and
was the
plus
one that
there's
had
like some,
the story of OJ on it too, right?
Yeah,
yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, and there's some bangers on that. Like Bam is a banger. Like
yeah.
there's some really good songs, and then the best song on the album, actually, I have to give it a shout out. It's not actually, it's a bonus track. It's called Many Face God, and James Blake is on the song, but it's not. He won't release it on the streaming sites. It was
Mm,
on Tidal, but if you don't have Tidal, like I used to have Tidal, so I could listen to it then.
Forgot he like originally just dropped it on Tidal.
yeah.
Yeah, that and another album. Yeah, we're only on Tidal for the longest time. So yeah,
Are you gonna
that's
pick that
Power
other
Forward
album?
four
Is
four
that why
four.
you are you gonna pick that album? Is that why you're
We'll
keeping it
see. We'll
nameless?
see. We'll see. Yeah.
I won't say it then.
Yeah, we'll see. At center, Cleo wanted the dual threat. I'm giving you here the biggest dual threat you could possibly find. Give me Watch the Throne. Summer of 2011.
Yeah.
Watch the Throne. The two goats together.
I ain't gonna
like that.
cap. Those might be the two best collab albums. Yay and
Yeah.
Hov.
Watch the
and
Throne is like
Drake and
literally
Future.
like you can't. Yeah. There's no misses there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good work.
Yeah.
No, that's a good pick. Okay, my center. I want my center to kind of be a loaded gun. I want my center to be a little bit off the walls. And in today's league, if your center's not the dominant force that you need them to be, your team's probably not going to be that good. And this guy currently is exactly what I said. He's kind of off the walls. He's a loaded gun. And this was his first album. So, give me the College Dropout as my center.
Mm. That College Dropout.
I'm not mad at it. Not
Good,
mad.
good
No,
work.
that's a great pick. That's a great pick.
I'm not mad.
It's my second favorite Kanye album. Graduation is one of my favorites of all time, obviously.
So just so that we have the scorecard right, you have two Kanye albums on your starting five,
No.
No, because he
right?
didn't. He
Or
couldn't
you were
do
gonna you
Graduation.
didn't take
pick
graduation. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he didn't pick
But you
graduation.
wanted graduation. Got it.
Yeah, I didn't have
All right.
College Dropout originally, but
Okay, gotcha.
I think on my he was in the reserves for sure.
Man, all right. At the center, we want a guy. We want a psychopath at the center, man. We want energy galore. And this album, it's got all the energy in the world. You can see in the background, I got the Warriors flag. I'm wearing a Warriors shirt right now. Obviously, I've got a lot of love for the Bay. Not from the Bay, but love the Bay Area. So I got to throw E40 on here, man. My ghetto report card at the 5. That's easy pick for me, man. I absolutely
was
love this
coming.
album. I
I
absolutely
knew that
love
was
this
coming.
album. Some of the best music to lift to, I might add as well. Like,
Nah, 40 get it done for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, no. So we at the 5. I need a Joel Embiid, Shaq Diesel, heavy lifter, but still skilled type. Heavy in the game. He was taken away from us a little too fast, man. I'm gonna go Ready to Die. Biggie,
Wow, that's a great pick.
Yeah.
That's an amazing pick.
the 5.
Great
Yeah, I'm
pick.
gonna go Ready to Die.
And then you lead us off for walk on picks. So walk on, like our unsung hero, star in their role,
Underrated.
but doesn't get the
Overlooked.
star they deserve.
Don't get the star they deserve, the love they deserve, man. Let me see. I was gonna show Meek some love because he's been going through the ringer lately.
That's an
But
understatement.
yeah, but he's already made it. I'm gonna go my bro Lil Bean. He got this album called For the Culture 2. That album go crazy top to bottom.
Yeah.
Get it done for me for sure. There's some soulful songs, there's some bangers, there's some storytelling. So I'm gonna go with that one. It's called For the Culture 2. I think there's 22 songs on there, so you got a good little listen for you.
Yeah.
So
Fuck.
yeah, I'm gonna throw him in there.
Nice.
All right. My walk on. I might get hate on here for this. I don't know. I don't think so, because looking back on this, like, this album was so crazy when I was in high school. Like, everyone was listening to it. It was absurd. Like, had such a chokehold. And now the group of rappers, not together anymore. Rest in peace to one of the members. But I've got Culture One, Migos on here as my walk on. Just Bad and Bougie, like, all of them. Get Right with You. They had a chokehold, man. It was a great album. Obviously, there are other stuff. I don't think it was as good or nearly as close, but Culture One, man, great album.
Just never got into
That's top
that.
to bottom. That's top to bottom. I ain't
So
gonna cap.
good, bro. So
I
good.
missed that. I missed that age. I missed that.
Yeah, that age.
That's understandable. It's understandable.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. No, I like
I
that
mean,
age of music when that
I was
got
gonna say,
popular.
Tommy
Yeah.
just called you old, but that's okay.
That's
No,
I'm cool with
facts.
it. Like
Yeah,
I
I
know
just said
I'm
it's
old.
understandable. I wasn't
I
hating.
accept it. That was
I
like
didn't
when all the
expect. I didn't
trap
expect
that's when all
Jared.
that
I
shit
didn't expect
was
Jared
going
to be
crazy.
getting in the car and throwing on "T-shirt" by Migos in 2017, like
No,
2016.
he definitely wasn't. I was in the Silver Surfer. He was still
Yeah,
listening to the College Dropout. So,
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
and I'm not
Hey
mad at it. I
man.
didn't tell him to change
Yeah.
it.
I was in
Yeah.
my Honda Fit with Migos on, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
That's good. That's good. All right, walk on pick. This one, I kind of toyed with a few different picks here. Like, it kind of whether I want to take an album from someone that's obviously stamped, but this album doesn't get as much love, or that means something to me, and maybe not big time. But I'm gonna go with one that um, honestly, this rapper's extremely corny now. I think the album that I'm about to say was probably his last good like studio project before
Oh,
he
I
really
think I know.
got corny. I'm gonna take The Incredible True Story by
Yeah.
Logic. I love this album. I'm telling you right now, like putting Logic on this list feels extremely weird, but I'm telling you, this album top to bottom, it was storytelling. He was very
Yeah.
talented rapping. He wasn't rapping
It
about
was
being
really good.
biracial and all this
It
stuff
was really
before
good.
that he gets flamed for now.
His
The
his
beats were
his
really
first
well done.
his first two albums are
Yeah,
very, very,
yeah,
very good.
Logic was good,
Soul
man.
Food and Incredible Story are like
yeah, and yeah. I think
What's
he
the other one that's good? He has another
Under
one that's
Pressure.
good. Yes,
Pressure,
Under
I think
Pressure.
so.
Yeah,
yeah.
that one's
Oh,
good.
that's one I'm thinking. Under Pressure's the first one.
Yeah, with his face, the
Yeah.
mural.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like you want to talk about albums that tell a story from top to bottom, and like
He was really good at that.
he was
He
really
was one of
good,
the best, man.
and like I said, he wasn't talking about nonsense. He wasn't talking about the
Yeah.
biracial
No.
struggle that nobody really cares that you're biracial, dude. Like none of this stuff. Like
Yeah.
he was just rapping about the story he was trying to tell, and like he did a really good job on it, and it's catchy, it's easy
No.
to listen to. So that's why I got it there.
That's sick. No, that's a good pick.
Good album.
I'm not
Good
mad
album.
at that pick at all.
Just Logic. Dude.
I know that's tough. I know that's where I'm kind of in the same
Logic
boat.
in 2024 sucks, but I
It's
hear
crazy.
you. I hear you. I
It's
hear you.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm like in the same boat. Do I bolster the lineup with like more hits, more power, or do I find that unsung hero? It'd be on brand for me to go another Kanye album, but I think I'm not gonna do it.
I appreciate that.
So
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
but I really know that some people on this pod right now will really appreciate this pick because this guy kind of came out of nowhere, and in similar logic fashion, he hasn't completely lived up. And I gave him some love a couple months ago, but I gotta go Man on the Moon, dude. Man on the Moon was just man, when that came out, you thought he was gonna be the next Kanye. You really did. You like the way the album was put together, storytelling, all that. Like
That's
it
an
was
incredible album.
I don't
That's an
think I've ever
incredible
that's
heard
album.
it.
it. I gotta tap in with that one.
Kid Cudi,
What Kid
Man on the
Cudi's
Moon. I
first
mean, you've
album?
heard songs on it for sure, but
Yeah, it's Day and Night, but like just
Oh, okay, that album.
the
Okay.
album as a whole, like if we're looking at rap albums, I would say like it's up there. Like it's like at Take Care's level as far as like from start to finish, has everything. It has a true flow, and it
yeah,
has like a storytelling, and it has a full theme. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
I would. You
Banger.
could
Banger.
tell me if I'm wrong, Jared, or if you disagree. I think in today's rap game, where like, especially like with this beef that's going on, like there's all this stuff about people calling each other liars and all this. I feel like that's an honest album. Like it's very
Honest.
vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like it's honest
Dude,
and like he
yeah.
really just put his heart into it. That's why I like
Like
it a lot.
he literally like yeah that like that's when like the whole like nerd like talk about my feelings things was like rap was like starting to take off, and like
Yeah,
obviously he was a Kanye's protege, but like the way he did it was like kind of like I'm not gonna ramble here. He just did it in a cool way. Like
yeah,
Kanye obviously pioneered it, but like you listen to Kid Cudi, you're like, dude, this guy's freaking cool. Like it's cool.
yeah.
Like this is
Right.
cool. Even though he's nerdy and he's rapping about doing shrooms so that he can impress a girl, or he's rapping about being a loner and walking the streets by himself. Like it's like this is dope,
Yeah.
No,
Everybody
that's
knows Day and Night, man. Everybody
yeah.
loves that song.
everybody. Yeah, no, for
Yeah.
sure.
No, so yeah.
Good list,
was
man. Good combos. I
We
like
got
that
some
one
good
a lot,
lists
man.
here. We got some really good
Yeah.
lists here.
Yeah, there's so many other albums that get left off that
So
are a
many,
bummer
bro.
that they get left off, but
I mean, we
you
didn't
know,
even
we don't
have
need to go
nobody had a
back.
Pac album. That was crazy.
Yeah, I just don't listen to
I
his
was
albums
gonna
like
throw
that,
Pac in
so.
there, but Pac would have had to be. He had to be my one or my two.
Yeah.
He couldn't. He had to play
Yeah.
a star role. He had to be
Yeah, he
Allen
had to.
Iverson.
Yeah.
He had to, yeah. He needed the ball in his hands for sure.
Lou, have you been golfing with Keith lately?
No, I don't. I don't even golf for real. The only golf I do is mini, and if we go to what's the joint?
Top
Top
golf.
golf.
Top Golf. Yep. Them the only 2 times I golf. I ain't never been on like the real grass.
Well, look,
And
man. There's some. I got some advice for you though. Okay. Some bars are gonna hit. Some albums are gonna flop. I'm rocking with 50 chips a night, so I'm ready for war when the leaderboard gets tight.
that's your bar.
That's bars, man.
bars
That's
for you.
cool.
Bars.
What's the 50 chips?
50 chips.
Jared, this would have been a good one to rap.
Nah, I already did the rapping though.
Yeah.
We could have ran it
Yeah,
back.
Cleo,
though.
we can send you the clip. I did rap. I did
We
get.
should-
I got in the booth one time.
For real?
Yeah.
You made a song?
Nah, just 4 bars.
Let's run the
Oh,
clip. Let's run the
crazy.
clip right now if we can make that happen.
That's
Okay.
enough.
Whoa. You don't edit these, Tommy. Relax. That's crazy.
I had to see if we could do
Oh
that.
my god. I mean, we probably could, but I don't know.
Just
if
in
our
the crazy
production team
event that our
has-
production team can figure that out, my one-liner is right there. So if we need to roll it, we can.
Oh my god, I feel like I have
Shout
to
out
do
to
it
our
now.
shout out to our production team for working so hard. Thank you.
How about Tom? How about you find the timestamp? and then
Oh, I'll
send
go
it?
get that.
It's
Yeah, I'll go
easy.
find
It's
that
in
for
the Nay
sure.
episode. That's easy. I can
Yeah.
do it. I'll do it. I'm just
I'll
being,
totally-
I'm being soft right now.
All right,
Hell
then when
yeah.
you listen to it, Cleo, you'll hear the bars, bro.
Bet.
up and
Nah,
coming.
I definitely got to hear that. And then next time you come to
Yeah.
Seattle, we got to slide to the stew, and you got to make
Yeah.
a whole song.
Exactly. Get
Yeah,
Jared on the
let's-
track.
Wait,
Get
Jared, what would your
Jared
rap name
on the
be?
track.
What would your rap name be, Jared?
That's J Money. Straight to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, easy.
yeah.
J Money. J Dub.
J Dub, it's already kind of taken.
J
but I
Dub's
mean,
taken. J Dub's taken.
Facts. But his J Dub's different. It's just
It's
the W.
different.
What about Jay
Yeah.
Weezy?
No, I wouldn't say that. I don't know if I don't think
Yeah,
Jared,
bro.
you and Wheezy should be in the same. Like,
Yeah, bro. Let's wrap this up.
It should just be Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waters is kind of tough.
That's
No
kind of
Diddy.
hard.
Okay.
All right,
See?
Tom. All right, Tom.
Khalil, hey, Khalil, bro. Thank you for jumping on here, man. This has been a lot of fun. Great conversation, great topics. Obviously, you got a great story. Our listeners, go tap in with Khalil's music. Khalil, are you on Apple Music and Spotify and all that?
Yeah,
He's
I'm
on all
on
that.
everything.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Do you have what's your rap name?
My rap name Lil Bazzy.
There we go.
Yeah.
Everybody go tap in with Lil Bazzy on your streaming services. You got an album out for everybody. So but
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
Khalil,
We got music.
we
We got some
appreciate you,
songs.
man.
We got some songs on the way too. Shortly.
Heard it here first.
Heard it here
Duh.
first on the Walk On Pod, man.
Yeah,
Episode
we'll be like
93.
DJ Academics. We'll like drop the song.
I don't
We'll start
want to
live-
be like DJ.
We'll start live
Oh,
streaming.
yeah.
We'll
Act
do live
different.
reactions.
Act's different, bro.
We'll be like Ack on Twitter, like dropping subtle hints that Khalil's about to drop.
Facts. Posting screenshots, doing all type of stuff.
Doing
Yeah.
the most. Oh man. Episode 93. Appreciate you, Khalil. These are your favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.